Hi, we're gonna start a new unit today. We're gonna learn about how to translate words into algebraic expressions. So algebraic expressions are like you'll see variable and then you're gonna see some signs like plus or minus, multiplication or division, and then you're gonna see numbers. And let's see how we're gonna translate, like what kind of words we're gonna translate into this addition plus sign, addition sign. So let's talk about word phrases that can be translated into addition sign, which would be when it says sum or add, or when you see more than, then you're gonna think about this addition sign and you'll see plus, or when you have to figure out the total of the price, or when it's asking all together, then you have to think about this addition sign. Now we're going to talk about subtraction sign. So what kind of word phrases can be translated into subtraction sign? So when you see difference, so when you have to figure out the difference between two values, or when you see minus or less than, then you should be thinking of subtraction, and something is decreased or subtracted from, or when you're seeing a word like coupon, and then now we're going to talk about multiplication. So multiplication, you can use this dot as multiplying. So 2 times, then you're going to multiply 2. That's how we use times. Like 6 times, then you're going to multiply 6. And product of 2 values, then you have to multiply those 2 values. And twice and double, then you're going to multiply 2. And your triple of something, then you're going to multiply 3. And we've done this before, like when you see 20% of something, when you see the of, then you have to multiply 20% times value. And also when you see per unit price, and then you have to figure out the total cost, then you have to multiply unit price times and how many units you have, the number of units. And then we're going to talk about now division sign. So when you see divided by, then you're going to use that division sign. And quotient, it means fraction. So quotient of 2 values, then you're going to turn into those 2 values as fraction. And when you see half, then you're you're dividing a value by 2, you see third, then you're gonna divide that value by 3. Yeah, and then remember, like previous unit, we talked about like to figure out per batch price, then you have to divide like total cost by number of batches. Then you're gonna be able to figure out per batch price. Now we're gonna move on. So the next, it's gonna talk about turn around phrases. So I'm gonna show you what it means by that. So let's say when you see the phrase like less than, that means you're gonna try to write the value behind then. You're gonna translate this one first, and then you're gonna try to use less as subtraction sign, and then you're gonna use this after. So this comes first when you write it as an algebraic expression. So, and then less sign comes as negative sign, and then comes this, whatever that is before less comes later. That's why it says turn around phrases. So that makes more sense when we actually do the problem. And basically you're subtracting a value from, so circle value from this rectangle value. So for example, this, and a number can be translated, because we don't know what the number is, this is translated as x. So based on this turnaround phrase, a number comes first as x, and then less comes as negative, and then you're gonna write 18. So second problem, when you see the product, which means multiplication of the next two things, or it could be like three things, but like there are two things here. So you're multiplying a number as x, and then you're multiplying it by 6. But whenever you're multiplying a number by a variable, you don't need to write this dot sign. You can simply write the number first and then x. And let's look at number 3. Triple means 3 times. So we're multiplying 3 by a number x. But again, when you have a variable and a number, you don't have to write dot sign. But you need to write the number first. So number goes first and then x. And then a number can be translated as variable x. Increased can be written as plus and by 9. So it could be translated into x plus 9. Since we did 4 problems together, you can try the rest on your own, and then you can look at my explanation later. You can try first. You can pause it and then try on your own. So the quotient is again fraction. So, and then of, you're gonna see two values. You're gonna make this as a fraction. So the first value comes as numerator, and then the second value comes as denominator. So numerator 20 goes to the top over a number is x. And then 7 added to it'll be plus to a number x. So 7 added to x. And then spending $5 per day on a coffee. And the question is asking you your how much money do you spend by drinking coffee for a number of days. So a number of days, I'm gonna rewrite this. Total cost for coffee for a number of days. So a number of days will be translated as x, and per price need to be multiplied to x, right? To figure out the total cost. So it'll be 5 times x. And then saving $15 with a coupon. So you were gonna spend X dollar, like X dollar for a clothing, an outfit price for an outfit, and you're saving $15. So you should be subtracting 15 from X. And then the difference is subtraction. So difference of a number in X, a number in 4, sorry. So a number is X and 4. So to figure out the difference, you have to use subtraction sign. And then $42 dinner bill split among friends. So the number of friends will be translated as X. So it'll be $42 over X. Half a number will be a number X. This is X. Needs to be divided by 2. Twice a number is you're multiplying a number X by 2. So it becomes 2x, and then plus is addition 4. And then this is the one that number 13 is turnaround phrase. So you're gonna write the phrase after then first. So the quotient of a number and 2 on a number is x. This needs to be translated as x over 2. And it comes, since it's more, you're going to add. So this, the quotient of a number and 2 comes first. And then you're going to add add addition sign, not 2, sorry. And then 16 will be here. And then number 14, the sum. So you're adding two values, sum of, there are two values. So you're adding two values. One is 4 times a number. So you need to multiply 4 to a number. So it could be written as 4x and 10. And then the other sum problem. So you're going to add two values again. And this time it's not just x, it says the square root of a number. So a number is x, but because of this phrase square root, you're going to use square root sign and a number x and 3. And last one, the difference. Again, you're going to use subtraction sign. And then 6 times a number will be 6 times a number x. So 6 times x can be written as 6x and 5. But you're going to try to figure out the difference this time. So it should be subtraction sign. We're going to move on. Lastly, what we're going to do is this time you're provided with expressions. You're provided with algebraic expressions, and you're going to write this, you're going to translate this into words. So the first problem. So this time, again, you can try first, and then you're going to look at the answer later. But the answers can vary this case because like algebraic expressions can be written in multiple word phrases. So it doesn't have to be exactly the same. But this will be just my version of answers. So there are one variable could be a number, right? I can write this as a number. And I need sum or added or increased. So I'm going to try to write, since I'm starting with negative number, so negative 12 increased by a number. Then the next one, I'm doing, because of the fraction sign, that reminds me of the term quotient. So quotient of negative 2 and a number. Or negative 2 divided by n, that's fine too. Negative 2 divided by a number. Both are correct. And the next one, a number multiplied by 9. Or you could say the two values are multiplied. So a product of 9 and a number. And then when you see the negative sign, I can think about turnaround phrase. So 14 less than a number. or a number is subtracted by 14. That's fine. And then the next one, I'm gonna use this time, again, turnaround expression. So 20 more than half of a number. Half of a number. Oops, sorry. Yeah, I got moved a little bit, but I'm gonna, so half of a number. And then the next one, again, 13 more than a number multiplied by -4. And then again, I like the turnaround phrases. 10 less than half of a number. And then the last one, 8 less than a product of -3 and a number. You're all done.